Hello everybody, welcome to the show. I'm SM SithLord. This is the twice a week build stream right here on the streaming channels that you are tuned into. Welcome. Clocks changed over here in West Coast America, and that's why I seem to be starting an hour earlier all of a sudden to some people who don't do clock changes. Anyways, you've probably caught on to clock changes by now, and welcome to the 9 o'clock Pacific time, or I guess Pacific Daylight Savings Time stream. Now, I'm looking at this skybox that I just generated a moment ago as dystopian, futuristic dystopian city styled after modern day New York City. It did really well. This is kind of, I wanted more bricks and stuff like that, like Fifth Element, but this'll do. This might do just fine. So what I'm going to do today is a freestyle build. I'm going to throw a couple GLBs that I just downloaded from Sketchfab together in a scene and see if it becomes awesome. There is this wonderful baked but still a little bit of reflectiveness GLB that is half of a hanger. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this twice. I'm going to mirror it and put it on the other side, and I'm going to have perhaps a whole hanger. Maybe it'll look too weird. There is this big door here. That's where the skybox is going to go, and that's why I generated this thing, and that will probably be what you see out of the skybox. Maybe that. I don't know. I'll find the perfect angle for it. That one. That's the one, I think. That's going to be outside there, and then, where are we at here? Here's the hanger. And then I'm going to drop this car into it. Both of these GLBs are 4 megabytes big. 4 megabytes big. Yeah, I said that right. Let's try it out. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start a brand new Web Worlds project. You find the Somnium Web Worlds Medium article. That's going to link you to the GitHub. And when you're on, or in the GitLab, when you're on the GitLab, you can download the zip of the Web Worlds SDK template. After you have that, you go to your PlayCanvas account here and you click Import Project, and you choose the template that you downloaded from the GitLab, and that's going to be called Web World Template v1.1. And you sip your coffee. I'm using Snap Camera to do my VTuber as normal. This app got discontinued. I don't know what I'm going to do for a VTuber when they totally kill off this app. Snapchat isn't going to deal with the desktop camera stuff anymore. I guess. I don't know. I don't know how they're making money off of it. But it's really cool. It's got all the Snapchat filters and stuff like that. But I don't know. Maybe I'll switch to Face Rig or one of the other ones eventually. So after you've imported your thing, I'm actually going to go back. I'm going to go back and I'm going to name my thing here. I'm going to call it Future City Hanger. A hanger with okay, save. That way I know in my project list I don't get confused. So we're working in the Future City Hangar. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the main scene. When you first open up the Web Worlds SDK, the prefab here, you see this. You can immediately go and click launch to see what it's like. I'm going to be making a holistic world once again. The holistic worlds are ones that they completely replace what's built on the parcel instead of adding to it. You can also do an augment world, which will it's a scene that will be combined with what you built in the Somnium Space's PC builder. What I call the easy mode builder, where you're just placing primitives around. The interesting thing about that is you could build something in the PC builder that is like your main structure. It can have all kinds of media and NFTs and stuff in it, right? Then you, instead of having the default stars around it or clouds or whatever theme you pick on web, you could build a different scene, like a big city or something like that, and throw it on there and meld them together. That way, it's the same building, but it's in a different setting, depending on where you visited at. That's always fun. But I'm not going to do that today. Today, let me push this. I already pushed the ball off, didn't I? Today I'm going to just completely replace everything in there. So here's what it's like running around default. You're this little dummy guy. I'm going to delete most of the stuff in here. Instead of deleting it, I'm going to hide it. So the sample scene, I'm just going to hide, but I am going to bring some stuff out of it that I know I'll want. Like the floor, and the spawn point, and the light. Although I'll change the light to be a directional light instead. And I'll give it a little bit of an angle for now. Like that. Okay, the floor, I'm gonna turn off the model of because I really just want the collisions there. It's gonna be what I stand on. And the spawn point, I want to be over here near the origin because I'm gonna bring something in right now. I'm gonna bring in some GLBs that I downloaded. Check out how easy this is. So I have the test window open over here. Notice how all that stuff disappeared when I deleted it. That's because, first of all, the editor here, the PlayCanvas editor, it's multiplayer, air quotes, it's not a game, so I don't know about player. It's multi-user compatible. So if there was more than just me in here working on this project, you would see their avatar image down here with their name. I'm not sure what the max is, but you can have a good amount in here, a good handful of people. And you guys can chat in built-in chat right here. Although you're probably already in a voice chat with each other if you're making a world together. But there is built-in chat if you want it. The other cool thing is you get to see when you're in multiplayer, when there's other people in here editing this thing with you, like co-op mode. You see their cameras floating around in real time. You see everything they change. Update in real time, obviously, but also you see the things that they have clicked on. So like if I have point light selected on my screen, if you were in here and you were watching, you were editing alongside me, it would show my color. See how I'm orange around my avatar? It would show orange around the entity that I have selected, so everybody knows what I'm working on, which is it's pretty cool. Also, when you're programming, you could program together. You literally see the other dude's cursor flashing where he's typing in a document, if you happen to be in the same document, and you see him typing in real time. It's amazing. Usually, two people typing into the same script is a little nuts, but it is possible. All right, so multi-user editor. However, also the preview window is live synced to what everybody is doing in the editor. So it doesn't matter if you have 5 people in here putting stuff in there, changing properties, moving materials around. The test windows, everybody's test window sees all the changes in real time as they're running around. So you could say things like in voice chat, like, hey, make that, I'm standing in an empty scene right now, so you got to use your imagination. But imagine there's a tree in front of me and I could be like, hey, Bill. Imagine Bill is the guy over there in the PlayCanvas editor, other window. Bill, I don't like that tree's position. It needs to be lowered by like 2 meters. I don't know why I used meters. It needs to be lowered like 2 meters. And then Bill, he goes over here and he lowers the tree, and you see it get lowered before your eyes in real time while you're testing. It's awesome. Okay, that was a little bit of a diversion there. Sidetrack. Here are the things that I want to bring in. Simple hanger baked. Bring it in. I just drag and dropped a GLB that I got from Sketchfab into the Asset Explorer here. Now it's uploading, and then it will process it and split it out to a bunch of different materials and renderables for me to spawn in there. This is an auto-generated GLB. It's one that Sketchfab created based on like the USD file or something that somebody uploaded. I didn't want to have to deal with the original format, which was something like a USD. It wasn't an FBX file, I know that much. Because of that, I downloaded the auto-converted GLB, the compressed version that was only 4 megabytes, and I'm actually going to compress it even further after I get it in my scene. Let's get it in my scene. I'm going to drag and drop it. You can drag and drop it into the scene, but I like to put it just into the hierarchy, because why not? I'll put it down here. And also that puts it right in the middle of the origin of the world if you put it in the hierarchy, as opposed to if you put it in the scene, it tries to put it like where you're looking. Sometimes it gets weird. Now this thing is dark. Let's make this thing not dark. And it's because it's baked. There's some cool stuff happening with materials, I could tell already, but at least the main chunk of this is baked. It's baked, but I don't see its texture. This could be a problem. Maybe this auto-generated GLB is not so hot. Yeah, this isn't gonna do it. It didn't give me the textures. What's up with that? Where are they at? I don't know. So let's try downloading a different format of this. We're gonna have to deal with a different format. DAE was the normal format. Now here's the thing. DAE is going to have materials separate from the actual model. And I could just grab the materials and maybe not even have to deal with the DAE. So let's try that. We'll try it. We're going to try to grab the hanger combined there, upload the texture, and then, how big is this texture? I wonder. It's 2K. That might be acceptable. If you're targeting mobile, you usually don't want to go over 2K. You usually want to resize all your textures down to 512 or 1024. You never, if you can help it, want to have a 4K texture in there. Now, even though web can handle that fine on like a desktop computer, people on like an old phone might not be able to handle 4K textures so well. Then you'd be in trouble. Okay, I'm gonna put this onto the diffuse. No, on the emissive. It is this cool texture. There it is, and it's all screwed up. Why is it so screwed up? That's a good question. It must all be screwed up because the automatically, I'm gonna have to deal with the DAE. That's what this means. That's what this means here. I'm gonna have to deal with the DAE. Hang on. It's a Unix system, I know this. I'm gonna plug in my 3D mouse. I love using my 3D mouse. And I plugged in my 3D mouse because I'm gonna go into 3ds Max. And I'm gonna import this DAE into 3ds Max. I think that the UVs were different when it got auto-converted. It messed up the UVs. So, drag and drop. Unfortunately, the auto-created GLB from Sketchfab was no good here. So I'm going to have to give it another try. But not with the GLB. I'm going to do the original format, which is a DAE. Wait a second, I remember something from a previous model that might be a shortcut here. It was mirrored. Was it mirrored? Wait a second. Mirrored. Vertical flip. I'm going to save it as a PNG because I'm going to basis compress later anyways. Now, if my hunch is correct, this might fix it. What might fix it? Well, I renamed it to a PNG. So how's that look? Oh, what? What? We don't need any 3ds Max? Come on. It's a Unix system. I know this. I don't get to use my 3D mouse either. But look at that. All I had to do was flip it. Not sure why. Something to do with the autoconverter, but there we go. Okay. Then we got no. What is that? That's just a blackout, right? Yeah, that's just a blackout texture. The only other real texture is that. Where's that used? Oh, it's used right there, and it's used real well, and it worked fine. Okay, let's reload the test page, because when you import models, sometimes they don't appear, and you have to reload. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Pretty good, but not perfect. Let's try refreshing one more time. I want to see the scale here. These steps could be bigger. Then would be too big for the doors? Okay, couple things. First of all, let's reposition this thing so the center is there. Also, I'm going to clone this and try to mirror it. Mirroring it might be a challenge. Why? Well, maybe not so much of a challenge. Let's hope that it works well in game, though. But I also wanted to make it bigger. And my floor, I wanted it to be bigger also. And why not let people walk out into the skybox? Because that'd be weird. Yeah, that's why. Because it'd be weird, sure. People could always use fly mode to get out there anyways. Awesome. I think this is good. I think this is the right amount of spacious. The mirrored geometry worked out pretty well, but I do have a little bit of Z fighting here that I'm going to address a little bit. That's better. Okay, now let's get that car in here and then get the skybox in here and just make it happen. Yeah. Cool cars. I have a GLB of a car. Let's see how this GLB works out. That GLB, the one that I just processed, that wasn't too bad. I did have that weird flipped texture thing after I grabbed the texture from the alternate source, but I just realized what was happening, flipped it, we're all good. That pirate ship thing that I made a couple weeks ago, or maybe last week, it had the same flipped texture problem. That's how I knew how to fix it. Okay, this has a lot of textures. That's unfortunate that they're not all atlas together. But maybe we're okay, because this is a tiny level. Drag and drop that into the hierarchy here. I can't see it. I'm going to refresh the browser or the editor window here. I still cannot see. I can see the text even less now. Oh, wait, there it is. I can see the same amount. This might have to do with the autoconvert. Yeah. This thing failed. That's 2 GLB failures from Sketchfab in a row. That's okay though. It's a Unix system. I know this. I am going to open 3ds Max. And I am going to download the original version of this model, which is a blend file. Why did I open 3ds Max then? It was a mistake. I should not have. Matter of fact, let's fix that mistake. We'll close 3ds Max and we'll launch into close 3ds Max. Launch into Blender loads super quick. I guess after you get a whole bunch of plugins into it, maybe it won't. Okay. I downloaded a blend file. And I'm going to open it. Come on, textures. Tell me you're there, textures. Whoa. What? I'm already on the shading tab? Wait a second. Did my tabs change? Did Blender change? Where the hell's the shading tab? Oh no. Why did they do that to me? Okay. I don't think it's working here. It's using a PSD file. What? I have never seen somebody use a PSD file as a texture before, and it looks like it's not even working well. Okay, I might have to just grab a different model here, because I do not understand using a PSD file. I can't even, could I open a PSD file? Maybe if I download an alternative version. It'll have the textures separate. Let's try that real quick. I still need the mesh, but if I can get the textures. Okay. Let's try this. We're just going to export the mesh then. Hopefully the mesh gets in here, and then I just need to assign the materials. I don't know why. Okay, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, the template. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, let's try something here. assign this material to it? I'm real bad at Blender, man. How do I assign the material? Come on. This is not a Unix system. Assign to what I have selected. Oh, I'm just gonna give up. I can't even. Oh, here we go. Assign. Maybe that did it. Please tell me that I assigned that to everything. Let me try that again. I want everything to be assigned to that material. Okay, we'll see how that works. File, export. Okay. Forgive my poor Blender familiarity. I'm trying to reduce the draw calls by making everything use the same material. I don't know if I'm succeeding though. Let's try this again. I'm going to delete the taxi. I'm going to delete this whole thing. Taxi in again. I can't even merge materials together in Blender. That's how bad I am. I can't assign a material to the whole thing. Whatever. I'm just going to use the 6 different materials here because I don't have time to get good at Blender. So let's just get this thing into the scene and brute force it. So instead of just everything using the same material, which it should, well, let me delete this camera and this lamp and the area light and all this weird stuff that came with it. Okay. There's no reason for this thing to be using so many materials. Everything's referencing the same texture sheet. I mean, there are reasons to use different materials for different properties and stuff like that, but I wish that I could have just merged all these things together. Each one of these materials is an additional draw call that I could have avoided, but it's okay. The body. Let's fill in the body. Here. Well, now what? It didn't export the UVs. Oh no, it's not going to work. Why isn't it going to work? Oh, maybe I got to do this thing. Because this was an auto-converted GLB? I'm not sure if it was. We'll soon find out if that fixes it though. Is this a 4K texture? It is a 4K texture. I'm going to have to resize that, even if it does work. Well, of course it works. I'm feeling better now. Let's see if we can get some of the metallic and things in here. Metalness and glossness. I got metallic rough. Trying to make sense of some of these things. Oh, they're all huge, man. Okay, so let's fix the resolution thing right now. I'm going to take this down to 1024. It's still pretty big textures. That's not bad. And we're flipped. Okay. Took it down from 15 megabytes to 1 megabyte. Now, let's get one of these roughnesses on here. We'll go with this one and see how this looks. Flip. Vertical. Resize to 1024. See how this one goes. Image flip vertical, resize to 1024. There, I think that will do. Now the right part should be shiny, but I still need to assign this to the rest of the things. Okay, so I'll delete that. There's no normal map here. That's what we need. Delete that. Okay, now I just need to assign those things to the rest of the materials. Not bad. Okay. Now I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better because I can go and remove a bunch of these materials I didn't use. All those. I think the material slots still might mess with the draw calls, but that's okay. We're pretty optimized down here. How do we look in the world? This car looks too huge. Let's bring it down even smaller. That's more like it. Maybe a little bit bigger. Can I make it a little bit bigger? I don't think that I can. That's good. I could make it a little bigger here. I'm walking here. Yeah, this is good. Can I lower it down some? I can. It's about as low as I can make it right there. I wish this thing was casting shadow, but it's not, and it can't be unless, I don't know, let's try to do a shadow matte thing. This thing is nice. How does it stay so shiny? I don't know. How does it make those things shiny? How does it do what it does? Whatever it does good. So let's look at this thing, and then the light is what I wanted to say. Cast shadows? No. We want a different light for this. New light, spotlight. That. Now let's see this thing cast shadows. Okay. Now, this thing. Is there a value there that makes this completely invisible? I don't think so. Why can't I just do that? Then I'll have shadows. Why is there such a heavy highlight on it? I wish there was not such a heavy highlight on it. Okay, we'll roll with that for now. My light, let's adjust what direction it's shining in from. Make it a little more blue. Because we're about to get a blue city out there right now. Okay, so a little bit of a painful process there, optimizing these models as they came in. Thank you very much, Gators, for complimenting my job there, because that was a little unpleasant. But we got the textures down, we got the materials reduced, we got the actual meshes in. I actually used Blender for 5 minutes, which was really foreign to me. But now we're looking good, and it's time to get the city over there. I already generated the city. Here it is. We're going to download it. But now we have to convert the JFIF to a first to a PNG and then to a skybox, because I'm not trying to use, I don't think that I can use just a single image for the skybox. Let me check that real quick. Rendering. So the rendering it wants a skybox. What if I just give it a material? I don't know. Let me try. Say this is a sky sphere, we'll call it. Since it's just a test, I'll keep it a JPG. Let's test out the sky sphere. I don't think it's going to work. I think that I need to convert it to a PNG and then a skybox. So I'll get prepared to do that. So cube map definitely isn't the way to go. How about material? Yeah, I can't assign the material to the skybox. Okay, so I do need to make a skybox. Let me delete those two things I did there. I want to make a new folder called skybox, get it ready here. But I need to create my skybox. To do that, first I'm going to use something called HDR I to cube map. This awesome site from GitHub that converts 360 images to cube maps. And then I'm going to grab the thing. The big one, .png. So this might take a second to upload, or not, because it's a local thing. Now, what am I going to see out of the window? I'm setting what the default forward will be. I think that is what it should be. Oh no, wrong site. This, okay, right there. That's what you should be. Look at it as a cube map. Looks good. Okay, now I'm going to save it from this site as 1024s, PNGs in this layout. This site is awesome. It's on GitHub, so it's open source, which is cool. Now we're gonna extract these to here. All right, I have a big old strip of files now, and I need to make them individual files. And then I need to rotate them. I have a template for this step. Let me check my lighting here. The lighting looks all right. I think we're looking good. When I get collisions in, the camera won't go into the wall like that. Yeah. This app that I'm using here is super old, so it's going to take a moment to start up. To finish starting up. But then I'm going to feed it this image. And it's going to output them as individual files, and I'll be able to slap it in here. And it shall be glorious. And it might impact the lighting dramatically too when I pre-filter it. We'll see if that's the case. Recently opened HDR template. Yes. And then this thing, like that, and then save. Okay, now to process them a little bit more. That should be like that. That needs to do that. I just know from experience with how these things export. And up, I don't think I have to move at all. All right, let's upload these images and build our cube map. Now here's the weird thing. The labels that they have here are incorrect for what I'm doing with this. So I do have to kind of figure it out each time. There's up and there's down. But then what is there? What is this? No, that's not it. Left. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay, there's that one. Wonderful, there it is. All right, now we're gonna click pre-filter my cube map and then assign it to the environment. Wow! Okay, I'm gonna have to mess with materials a little bit. Or just not pre-filter. Not pre-filtering might be a wise choice here because this material seems to be taking it pretty hard there. I wonder if I could tone it down. I can tone it down. Okay. I think that was a good compromise there. I still got a little bit of the reflection of the city happening in the windows, even though on this window that'd be correct, but over here the reflection you'd see would be of the other side of the garage, not of outside, so it's a little bit incorrect there. But I think that I'm going to roll with that still. And there's the light of the skybox is impacting the car. Everything else is good. Oh wait, it's impacting that way coolly, but not what I want, Lee. That's what I want. Okay, I want my skybox rotated 90 degrees. Let's see if I can just do that over here and it not break my back. My back doesn't feel broken. Not sure if that's better. Actually, let's go back to what it was. That's best. I kind of wish that I had the exposure turned up. Guess I could always do it over here. I should have turned the exposure up before I exported it from the site. Yee! Okay, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn up the exposure and redo those last few steps I just did, because turning up the exposure here is probably not the best thing. Here, it's good, but it doesn't look daytime enough. You know what? If I just rotate it to something that's brighter, it will look daytime. Like, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's a Unix system. I need to think four-dimensionally. Keep going. There we go. Almost. Okay, this looks the best here. This looks the best so far. I do wish it was brighter, so maybe I think we're good. I just won't OCD it. This light, I wish that the glare wasn't so big. I don't know what I can do about that though, without wrecking everything. I guess that did it. That did it, but I still see it. I still see it no matter what. Okay, I just won't let it bother me. Sure. Really? I have to let it not bother me? Yeah, there's no other way. I just have to let it not bother me. Okay, I can do that. Let's not worry about that. Okay, I think we're looking good, man. Some cool little meeting space. I gotta do the collisions still. And I kind of want to put a video screen out there. A video screen of Fifth Element movie clips. That might be cool. I just had a cool idea. I could do cars flying by. Oh man, do I have 3ds Max open? Do I have time for this? I might. I could do cars flying by. Let's do that. Yeah. And so collisions, cars flying by. Wait a second. My cars flying by are going to look pretty lame because I don't have a 3D model. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know if I should jump onto the flying cars thing last minute. can use these cars, but they don't look like they fly. Yeah, okay, X-nay on the flying cars, but it would have been really not too difficult. I won't say easy, but not too difficult to just jump into 3D Max, animate some bones flying by. And I know that there's only one window here, so they don't need to be flying everywhere. They just need to be flying by here, like the viewport here. So after you animate the bones, the little meshes, you can just use spheres for the cars flying when you animate them. You export it as an FBX. Or a GLB if you know how to export animations there. But FBX is what I'm used to with 3ds Max. Export your animation with the little spheres moving around like they're cars. Then you import that, and then you got these spheres flying around in your project, and all that you have to do is find cars that work. I can't do all this today because I'm running short on time. But you find cars that are good low poly cars, because these cars are going to be in the distance. You're not going to get right up next to them like you do this one. So you don't want to use this car. You want to use something far less resource intensive. Lower polygons, smaller textures, all atlas together. Hopefully all the different cars are atlased onto the same texture sheet, so it's all one render call. But then you import those, and you attach them to the spheres, and then you hide the spheres, because you don't need to animate the spheres. And then instead of spheres driving around, you got your cars driving around, and you're done. So maybe that'd be a fun thing to do the next session, is to come back here and add the animated flying cars just to show how it's done. Right now, because I have about 40 minutes here, I'm going to set up all the colliders, set up some spawn points, set up a camera. Is it going to be an animated camera? I might have time for an animated camera. No, I'll just do a stationary camera. And then push this thing onto a parcel. Yeah, let's do it. What did I say? Collisions. Yeah. I do want to let people just walk way out there after all. Because why not? Yeah, it would look weird, but it's okay. If you don't want it to look weird, don't go out there. Because here I go. Oh no, I fell off. Okay. And then need a few more walls. So I got the floor in there. Let's get these walls in here next. I'm going to just create colliders out of primitives. You could do it in Blender or whatever, 3ds Max. And then use a mesh collider. But I'm just going to do primitives because it's faster for me. I'm not exactly sure which one's more optimal, actually. I assume primitives, but it probably depends on how slick you can make your primitives. A cool thing about using primitive colliders instead of mesh colliders is that with primitives, there's a concept of being inside the collider. With mesh colliders, there's not really a concept of being inside the collider unless you mean like it being stuck through the middle of you, because they're not volumes, because they're not primitives. You can have a flat sheet that is a mesh collider. While when you're doing primitive colliders, they're volumes. All of them are volumes, and engines can tell, like, am I inside of this collider? They can answer that question. While if it's a mesh collider, you can only say, am I intersecting with the edge of this mesh? And they can tell you that, but they can't tell you if you're inside of it, not intersecting with the edges. But with primitives, they can. So that's one benefit of it. You can use them like trigger zones, and it's kind of harder. It is harder to use mesh colliders as trigger zones. It can be done, but it's weird. Okay, there's that wall. Now let's get the back wall. Well, those are the side walls, actually. Now we're going to get the back wall. Okay, now we're going to get these other side walls. Okay, then I think I just need the platforms and the stairs leading up to them. That should do. Squeak, squeaking. That should do too. All right. That should be pretty much all my collisions. However, I also need to put a collider on the car. And a couple more things, because these pillars are pretty substantial, these beams here. So I'm going to give them their own collider. Because I just imagine people walking along the wall like, I wonder how the collisions are. And they'll be greatly disappointed when they walk right through these beams if I don't give them some type of collider. I am making the car out of multiple colliders so you can kind of stand on the hood, even though not really. Okay, let's try that out. These doors look good size too. Everything looks good. You can just walk straight out into the skybox, but that's pretty cool. So you can look around. I want to put like a danger strip across there though. Let's see what we can come up with here. Let's see if this thing can generate a futuristic danger warning tape strip suitable to use. Oh, this thing doesn't like putting letters on there. Okay, what else do we got? Danger zone. See if I can do anything with this. Danger tape. What am I going to do with it? Well, I'm going to make a new, in the scene, I'm going to make a new 3D plane. thought I saw my Minecraft skin there for a second. Ah, whatever. I'll look for it later. Anyways, that's danger tape. Oh yeah, let's give it a material, and this material is going to be called danger tape. How am I doing on time here? Doing all right. There we go. That's what was confusing me. There we go. Danger's home. Texture scroll manager, and I'll give it this texture. There we go. I can't fade it out based on distance, huh? Yeah, that'd probably be a complex kind of shader thing. Okay. Now the camera, we got the colliders, we got the danger zone tape, we need the cameras, or the spawn camera, the spawn points, and then I think I'm good. For the spawn points, let's check out where I'm spawning right now. That's no good. I want something like this, either like that, or just one like that, and spin it around, or like that. Yeah, so let's make a row of spawn points. Make them over here. And I don't know if I want to be facing like this when you spawn in. That'd probably be cool. Or if you're just facing in like this. Actually, that looks really good. Let's do some of that.
I don't mean to
facing now. Wrong way. Oh, now. That would make me like that. I'm gonna go with that. Okay, so let's make a bunch of these spawn points so people don't spawn on top of each other. Now, the probability of people spawning on top of each other is drastically reduced. And now I just need to add any camera into the scene. Let me delete all this stuff that I don't need. Am I not gonna put a web browser object in here? I don't think that I need to. I'm not, so I will delete all this other sample scene stuff that I don't need. Let's get the camera in here and then take one last look at optimizing and then put this thing out there. Okay, there's the camera. Optimization. Let's check it out. The danger tape. I can't basis compress it very well. I'll just leave it where it's at. The cube map. I guess I never set up that cube map. The skybox. Let's texture compress the skybox. It's going to make it look more crunchy, unfortunately, but we want it to be small. So what I did was I selected the textures that I wanted to compress, went over there to the assets panel over here, and I checked basis compression. I left the default settings and clicked compress. It helped dramatically. However, it also impacted the quality of the skybox. So it's more crunchy now than it was before. But it loads real fast, so it's acceptable. It loads really fast. So, I mean, you could find a mix between crunchiness. Let's see what I mean by crunchy is you can see the kind of the pixels on it. Between crunchiness and size and that kind of stuff. Now, if people are checking this out on their phone, it's going to run wonderfully because, I mean, they're not even going to see the crunchiness because they're looking at a tiny screen. You're only going to notice it on a big screen. So, okay, I'm happy with the compression there. Even though you can see that it's compressed, I'm still happy with it. These textures, let's see here. Basis compress both of these down. I'm going to leave the hangar bay as a 2K texture because there's so much texture space on it. I didn't check this. This is a 1024 texture. This one could probably be brought down. Yeah, I think we're going to bring this other texture down. 512. I don't know if I want to touch this though because the flipping issue. I'm gonna leave it alone. It's not the smallest texture, but it's just one texture. And then what else do I have? I think that's it. The taxi. Oh, the taxi. What do I have in the taxi? Flipped. Metallic. Do I use the metallic? I do. Okay, so let's compress both of these. Add refresh just to get one last look of it before I do the build. Looks good, looks good. And you are allowed to just run off into the sunset. Okay. Let's make it happen. We're going to build and publish, download zip, select all, optimize, whatever, yada yada. Download. Okay, Future City Hangar is downloaded. Now we're going to go to, I'm going to use GitHub to demonstrate how to host things onto your GitHub. So if you have your own web space, you can host onto your own web space, but if you don't have your own web space, you can use GitHub plus GitHub Pages to host your stuff as if you had web space. I am organizing things now into one repo with subfolders for all of my different web worlds. So far I have 2 on here. I got to clear out all these junk files in here from when I made a mistake and uploaded to the root. But Apartment and Pirate Ship are the 2 that I have in this repo right now. Soon I'll migrate all the other ones over here too to be nice and neat. But first I need what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload files. And I need to go and unzip the thing I just downloaded. I need to name this folder, the folder how I want it named on my repo. So I'll call it City Hangar. Yeah. And drag and drop into there. While that's happening, I need to find a parcel to assign this to. Okay, my files are all done uploading, so I can commit my changes. You have to click commit changes if you're uploading through the web thing right there on GitHub Pages. While it's processing my files, it has to do another processing thing afterwards as well. I am trying to get into Somnium's and check my parcels to see which parcels I'm rented and find one suitable for me to assign a web world to. I'm also waiting for GitHub to deploy my pages, build and deployment right here. Waiting for it to happen. No rush. I got 15 minutes to get this part done. I'm queued now. I'm waiting. I'm in progress. And I'm active. Okay, so now I have over here at City Hangar, I have the thing hosted. I'm looking at this on my GitHub pages. Now I just need to point Somnium Web to this, and we're good to go. Okay, maybe I'll have to relaunch, I'm not sure. But after I get in, I'm going to go to somniumspace.com whatever the parcel number is. Okay, so what do I got rented to be here? What's on 3602? $3602 is amazing. When you go in here in VR, you can actually run across these. It's really fun to use the climbing mechanic here. Plus, there's all this awesome American Gladiator stuff going on. So, and that's the target zone you drop onto with the blood splatter. You climb all the way up to the top and then you drop down. Awesome parcel, but let's see what's on this parcel in web. Maybe I can use 3602. Because you can't climb in web. Okay, well, you could come visit the thing in web, and you could watch American Gladiator stuff in web. That's neat. But I'm going to replace this on web with the one that I just made. So you go to the parcel that you want to replace. By the way, the thing I just built is going to run way better than this one because of all the draw calls and stuff. So let's go ahead and watch a little bit of American Gladiators on the wall here. The Eliminator. I'm just reminiscing of when I built this. I gave it 2 lanes so you could race somebody. You could race your friends side by side. You don't have to race the clock. Just like the Eliminator. Once they get to running it here. There's 2 lanes in the obstacle course and they run it at the same time. Okay, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to wait for these people to run the Eliminator. Let's replace this web world by going to the settings, clicking on adjust parcel settings. We're going to assign a web world, a holistic one. There's the URL. Where's the URL? The URL is the one that I just got from the GitHub. There it is. Then click save and reload. And now it'll load your web world instead. And there's the camera that I had set up. And there we go. Nice! SSAO works really well in this world. Even headlight. I'm going to take a couple cool depth of field screenshots in here. Do I have time to show you all this? Sure. First, let me turn off depth of field. And I'm going to update the screenshot that's used in the parcel panel. Okay. And now I'm going to jump in here. And I'm just thinking about who do I want to pose as? Who do I want to pose as? As Jarek? My Jarek Ready Player Me? Sure. Oh yeah, I was gonna get a depth of field thing going on here. picture here. Oh, that's a better pose, isn't it? Maybe I only need 3 screenshots today. I got like 5 minutes to send out my tweet. There, that'll be it. And I'll write some text on it right now. But that's gonna be it for the stream, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see y'all on Friday, where maybe we'll come back into the same world and add the flying cars, if I can get some flying car assets in order by then. Or maybe we'll be making something completely different. Who knows? Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Once again, I'm SM SithLord. This is the twice a week stream right here on the streaming channels that you're watching on. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.